Hi, I'm Ryn,
And I'm Katja.
and we're at the Commonwealth Center for Holistic Herbalism here in Boston,
And,
Massachusetts.
and we're going to talk about solstice. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe. Um,
Thanks.
Solstice! I'm so excited that it's solstice. So here in the northern hemisphere, it is the winter solstice. But I suppose if you're watching in Australia, it's your summer solstice. And
It's the shortest day of the year, but today we have a nice sunny day.
yeah.
Very lovely.
I think the sunniness of today is really appropriate because I feel like, maybe it's been a dark time for a little while and tonight's going to be the longest night, but I really feel like we're going to move into some more positiveness and I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited to do our part to just spread as much happy in the world as I can. So I'm super grateful for the sunshine today.
Yeah, solstice is the longest night, but it means that the light is returning. From here on out, the days get longer. Eventually, it gets warmer. So yeah, it's a turning point.
So this time of year, one thing that no matter what holiday you celebrate in the winter, one thing that lots of people love is mulling spices. Whether you put them in apple cider or in wine or whatever else, it's a really popular thing. Or even if you put them in eggnog, they go in lots of stuff. They go in cake. And so we wanted to talk about it because anytime that there are spices, a lot of times we just think about that in the culinary aspect, like, well, that's a nice flavor that I like. But these spices are herbs. They are medicine. And so we can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So in mulling spices, you usually get a sort of a standard set that's going to be cinnamon and some clove and a little bit of allspice. A lot of people like nutmeg. You see orange peel turn up quite a lot.
I love orange peel.
Yeah. Some people put in ginger, some people put in cardamom, or maybe some star anise. Black pepper turns up in there sometimes. And then we might put in a little bit of dried fruit, maybe some dried cranberries or raisins, things like that. So those are usually the kind of herbs that we're talking about.
Yeah. I want to start with orange peel because that's my very favorite.
You're excited about it
I
lately.
love orange peel.
Yeah.
So, and this is also like the perfect time of year to be thinking about the herbal aspects of orange peel because, there's a long tradition of having oranges, clementines, mandarin oranges, whole big oranges, whatever, at the holidays. And so this is a good time to be thinking about that. If you want to work with orange peel, all you need to do is go get yourself some organic oranges, whatever type you like best, and save the peels. And you don't have to do anything special. Just save the peels. And Elsie, you really just got dog hair into my mulled cider. I love you.
Not a standard mulling spice.
No.
No.
So all you need to do is save the peels. You don't even have to dehydrate them or anything. Just put them in a basket on a shelf and they will dry themselves. And they're so much better if you dry it yourself than if you buy them. There are some herbs that just are better that way, and orange peel is one of them. Orange peel it's delicious. It has that orangey flavor, that citrus flavor, and that's really cool. But it also has some bitterness to it. It's a really friendly bitter. And so you get all those beneficial digestive stimulation and liver supportive aspects of a bitter, but you get it in a very friendly way. So if you've been thinking about incorporating bitters into your life, then this is an easy way to do it that isn't gonna make you make yuck faces and whatever. And it's also just so bright and sunny. So it's one of my favorite bitters. I really like it.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, what else have we got in there? We've got some cinnamon, and I think we've maybe talked about cinnamon once or twice in a holiday video, but so cinnamon is warming, and it supports digestive activity. It has some nice aromatic elements to it that can stimulate blood circulation and movement. Cinnamon is also a really great thing to include in your mulled cider because it helps the body to metabolize and utilize sugar a little more effectively. Cinnamon helps with what we call insulin sensitivity, and that's basically a way to get sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells where it's really useful. So
and that's handy not just for the cider, but also this time of year. No matter how much willpower you have, it is definitely sweet treats season. And so you can just make sure that you've got plenty of cinnamon going on to just help your body deal with the sweetness.
Yeah. It turns out that even as little as a couple of teaspoons of cinnamon in the course of a day can really make a big difference in blood sugar control. So that's pretty great. Okay, and then allspice is actually kind of, in flavor and in activity, it's sort of like somewhere between cinnamon and clove. Definitely not as strong as clove, but sort of has a blend of their taste profiles together. So allspice is just a very reliable, sort of standard spice to put into the mix there. I don't know.
It tastes good.
It's warming, it's a carminative, It's going to get your digestion moving again, so...
All of these spices are really warming, and that's really important this time of year because, digestion requires quite a bit of heat to break down and metabolize all that food. And so this time of year, we're eating, roasts and root vegetables and lots of heavier foods that are harder for the body to break down. So having those warming spices right there in our meal or in our beverage that we have with our meal makes it a lot easier to digest food.
Yeah. So that would go for nutmeg as well. That one's a little more, it's got like an earthiness to it. But still has those nice aromatics mixed in too. So
we should talk about ginger too.
Yeah, ginger.
Ginger is, oh my goodness, also one of my favorite herbs. And it's really a great addition because not only do you get that warming effect, but ginger is one of my favorite herbs for after I've had a big celebratory meal and I feel like, oh dear, I should not have eaten as much as I ate. It really helps to settle the stomach and to kind of help that full, uncomfortable feeling to pass and to relax. And it's also wonderfully antispasmodic, so if you have any cramping going on, it's awesome. And anti-inflammatory. So, when we eat things that are kind of like suboptimal, and we know it, and we're like, oh, well, I wouldn't normally eat cookies like this, but it's the holidays, so I will, whatever. Well, some of that causes inflammation in the guts, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that after we do it, we need to clean up afterwards, and ginger's really excellent for that because it's got that strong anti-inflammatory action. So it really kind of helps to undo some of the damage that we do to our guts when we eat celebratory foods that maybe aren't the best thing for us, but they taste so delicious, and it's the holidays, so why not?
Yeah. Right, and then, clove. Clove is so strong.
You only need one.
You definitely don't make this formula with equal parts of everything, because then all you'll taste is clove. So, when we make, say we make a gallon of mulled cider, we might get, a little shaker like this and mix up our herbs in there and have the allspice and the cinnamon and the nutmeg and the ginger bits and some dried orange peel and all of that. And the clove is over here separate waiting, right? And we'll put in, just shake that in there, that's all fine. And then we'll add in, 2 little dried clove buds, and that's enough. So, respect the power of the clove. So, it's very strong, and its medicine is strong as well. So it's a anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. It's a extremely powerful scavenger for free radicals in the system. So it really helps on that level. It's a nice warming agent for digestion again, just like the others. And then clove also has that capacity to actually numb pain when you have a more kind of concentrated delivery of it. You don't really want that with your mulled cider. But it's nice to know that, and you may know already, but dentistry is a place where clove oil has been used really extensively for a long time, even by some weirdo hippie dentists today, to numb the gums.
We're all in favor of weirdo hippie dentists.
Totally. Right. Just if that wasn't clear already. So there's clove. And then, there's some other spices that might turn up in there. I like some black pepper mixed into there. I think that gives it a nice kick.
Mm-hmm.
And black pepper has been shown to enhance the bioavailability or the absorption of other herbal constituents. It's kind of most famous for doing that with turmeric, but it's going to apply to a lot of other beneficial constituents from other herbs and spices too.
So whatever you like in your mulling spices, and frankly, even if you go just to your grocery store and you buy a pre-done mulling spice mix, totally do it, because you're guaranteed that warming effect, that digestion benefits, all the good stuff. So if mulling spices are not already a tried and true part of your holiday traditions, then try adding them, because they're not just delicious, they're good for you too.
Yeah, and for real, cider, great, but wine,
Yeah, put them in some wine,
Now
some
we're
nice
talking.
red wine, and serve it warm. That's pretty great too.
Nice.
Well, we hope that you guys have an awesome solstice, and whatever your winter holidays are, that you have a super wonderful season, and we're all looking ahead for brighter days to come.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see you soon.
Happy solstice.